What's up? Welcome to Marketing by Mike, and today we're going to be talking about manual bidding basics for Facebook ads. Alright, so by now you probably already know that Facebook is by far one of the most effective methods for getting your message out there in front of hundreds of millions of people. Now, in creating your ad set phase, Facebook is basically going to ask you what action is more important to you. Is it pay-per-click, post engagement, conversion, whatever the case may be. It really depends on what kind of campaign objective that you're running. Me personally, I like pay-per-click. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition over right quick. And I'm going to show you exactly what that's going to look like when you set your own manual bidding. All right, so here we are back in our ads manager. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this traffic campaign right here, and I'm just going to call this sample PPC. Then I have the hyphen, then I have today's date on there. Make everything nice, clean, and simple. So when I go here, all right, and I click on this next step, what's going to happen is that, for the premise of this video right here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into Photoshop. We're going to be going into Facebook and basically telling them on our own terms, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm willing to spend, and I want you to find people for me. Never go back here and take the price that they're willing to just throw in your face. So for today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be selling like a food package, and something kind of like how the Blue Apron or something like that does. What they do is sell all organic foods, and people who are into a healthier lifestyle or who have to be into a healthier lifestyle because of doctor's orders and whatnot probably have to get into. So what I want to do is I want you to pay special attention to, like I said, the number over here when we're actually building this out. And then we're going to go down here and start talking about how to go down and set up our budget, right? So this is what we're going to be doing here. So I've got everybody in the United States, English speaking, of course. Then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to type in a company like Blue Apron. And Blue Apron they do food delivery for organic foods. They're building up a lot of steam and everything right now. I'm going to put them in, and let's see what this brings us here with roughly about just under 2 million people. So I'm going to narrow down that audience, of course. So going into like I said, when you're actually trying to niche down a little bit, and you can use tools like Amazon Kindle eBooks bestseller to find a proper niche in which to market to, I found the paleo diet, right, which is its own marketing niche, all right, and it's gaining up a lot of steam right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type this in here, and I'm basically going to find a niche of people who are into this, and it's going to help me get my number down right here and also up here. So I want you to pay attention to a couple of things while I'm doing it right now. So I've got the Paleo Secret, which has about 900,000 people in interest. Let's see what this does to our number. 87,000 people. Then we got the Paleo Mom. Let's put this in here. Wonderful. We're within our threshold right now for national push. And so let's go down here and see if we can find something else that's more popular, get us a few more people in there. Paleolithic lifestyle. So what I'm saying is basically, people have to be into or at least interested in Blue Apron, but they also must be into the Paleolithic lifestyle or the Paleo Mom or the Paleo Secret. So that's what we're doing right here with this search criteria right here. I want to make you mindful of something real quick. If there are any of you out there who have ever worked with Google AdWords or something, you know that the most expensive search criteria or AdWords are going to pop up first. That is because the makers of Google are investors. They're no different from Mark Zuckerberg, okay? I'm sure he's a great guy. Probably tells the funniest jokes and stuff at parties and everything like that. But you got to understand something. He's an investor, and he surrounds himself with investors, and he answers to investors as well. So all of Facebook is set up to make them more money each friggin' quarter. All right. So all this search criteria that's going to pop up first is going to be your more expensive search criteria. That's why it's very important for you to go and do your research for those lesser known people or things or interest in any particular niche that's going to draw out those diehard fans. That's going to give you a lower cost per click when you're building this thing out. We want those diehard fans, not just everybody that says, "Oh, I'm in organic foods." Okay, that's not exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for somebody who's actually going to purchase something here. So that's what you're looking for. So like I said, all this stuff that's going to pop up here is going to be your more expensive people. Look at this, the Paleolithic diet. It's 11 million people right there. I'm just going to see what happens if I go ahead and include this. I'm curious. 370,000 people. Actually not bad when we actually weigh it against this. So we're saying they have to be in the Blue Apron, but they also have to be into the Paleolithic diet. All right, so not bad. I'm going to exit out of this right here, kind of keep it small. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, and I can edit my placements, of course. If you want to market on Instagram, Facebook does own Instagram. And so when you make out ads in here, they'll actually be displayed on Instagram if you do have a business Instagram account and you have linked that with your Facebook account. So I just want mine to show up in the feeds. And let's just say that this is a video ad. So of course you definitely want yours to show up in the news feed. You may also want to choose the right-hand column if you have a picture. Pictures if you don't have any video. So what I'm going to do is, this is the cool thing about Facebook. This is one of the very really cool things about it is I can actually go down here and I can set myself a daily budget of about $5. All right. So, of course, my potential daily reach is going to go down some. I've got this right here set for the optimization for ad delivery is link clicks. That's what I want. I don't care about impressions or anything like that. I want the link clicks, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click on manual first. All right. So Facebook is telling me that they think I should pay, 63 cents per link click. Now, while that might sound like a good idea, there are going to be a lot of you out there right now who feel as though they basically, there are going to be a lot of you out there with different types of demographics and different products and things that you want to sell, webinars, physical products, digital products. And sometimes this number right here can be just exorbitant. And like I said, Facebook is out to make money. They're a billion-dollar corporation. They do not care about taking your pennies and whatnot, but we're regular people, okay? And we're not made out of money like some people are. One of the things that you'll never see on my channel is, me talking about how many, Lamborghinis and shit that I got, whatever the hell, I'm skiing out somewhere. This is regular people stuff right here. So what I'm going to do is with Facebook, I'm going to tell it, okay, I see what you're saying right here. You want me to pay 63 cents. This can actually get expensive for some of you out here. I want to go down and drop down to about half that every day. So I'm going to put in a 0 right here. And what I'm doing is I'm telling Facebook, hey, this is what I'm willing to pay per click right now. And I want you to really work for your money. This in essence forces Facebook to go out there and work for my dollar. Okay. So when I do that, I'm going to go down here and click on accelerated. And the reason why I do this is because I want to see how well my ad is going to perform rapidly. All right. I want to know how well that ad is performing with certain demographics of people. So it's like the next day I can go in here, I can get back some great measurable data. I can see if people who are, who are possibly in, I've got this set right now for men and women in between the ages of 18 and 65. So I might go back in here the next day and see, okay, people who are over the age of 55 are a lot harder to reach with this particular ad than are people who are in between the ages of 25 and 55. So I might see that that's a hot demographic for me to go after. Or I might see that people who are under the age of 25 are just not responding to my ad either, because let's face it, a lot of younger people don't give a damn what they eat. So, and also you might also find, I find this a lot of times too, there are a lot more women on Facebook than there are men. So you're probably going to have a lot more responses from women than you will from guys, depending on what you're selling. They're just easier to reach because they're always on it. And so that's just that. So I'm telling Facebook, I want to pay you, instead of the 63 cents that you want to recommend to me, I'm going to pay you 30 cents, and I want to make you work for it. I'm going to see what's going on at accelerated rate. And I'm actually able to get back those metrics and adapt and adjust as things are going along. Now, I'm going to reach fewer people each day, of course, with a smaller budget. But I'm telling you right now, TV, print, radio ads, come on, it's a no-brainer. Look at how many people I can reach per day with an ad that I can measure and get some conversions off of versus traditional media. Does that make any sense? Of course it makes sense. It's saving you a ton of money, and you know how to do that now by how to go in here and set your manual bidding. About going in there, getting those cheaper keywords, those cheaper interests and search criteria now than you would actually going after something more competitive. So let's just, as one final example here, let's say you have like some self-help stuff and you want to target everybody who's into Tony Robbins. Okay, guess what? You're being pitted up against every other person out there with possibly a massive advertising budget, and you're going in there with your little $5 a day budget and trying to get some rhythm off of that. Don't expect too much, which is why you want to go after somebody like, possibly Stephen R. Covey or Tim Ferriss, who is about, personal development as well, but they're not as popular as Tony Robbins is. So that's why it's great to go in ahead and do your homework and then come in here and name your own price. All right, so that's going to do it for this video. I want you to smash that like and subscribe button down there. And I have videos that I know the average person is going to need to know in order to get in here and start doing some effective Facebook advertising and start running some profitable funnels and things like that. But there are also going to be some times where, people out there are going to need help, and people are going to be, they're going to have questions about certain things. So in the future, I'm going to be asking you, okay, what is it that you want to know more about? So after I get my initial, basic videos out of the way, come at me, bro. Come at me and tell me what it is that you want to know more about advertising with Facebook or, other platforms that I might dive into later on. So, with that being said, go out there, take what you've learned today and completely smash it. I don't want this video to last too long. So with that being said, peace.